The M1A2 Abrams, 68 tons of composite armor, reactive plating, and depleted uranium, driven at 45 miles per hour by a gas turbine engine borrowed from aviation. It is not the largest tank ever built. It is not the oldest. But by every measurable metric of modern warfare, lethality, survivability, and technological dominance, it is the most dangerous ground weapon on Earth. And it just received an upgrade Russia didn't see coming. To understand what the Abrams has become, one must first understand what it was built to replace, and the catastrophic failure that made it necessary. The Yom Kippur War. Soviet-equipped Egyptian and Syrian forces, armed with AT-3 Sagar anti-tank missiles, tore through American-built M60 Patton tanks with precision. Israel lost over 400 tanks in the opening 48 hours. The United States military watched the combat footage and arrived at a single conclusion. The era of the American tank had to be reimagined entirely. The contract was awarded to Chrysler Defense, later absorbed by General Dynamics, with one directive: build something the Soviets couldn't answer. In 1980, the M1 Abrams entered service. It weighed 60 tons. It was powered by a Lycoming AGT-1500 gas turbine, the same engine class used in military helicopters, generating 1,500 horsepower, 0 to 20 miles per hour in under 7 seconds. It outperformed every Soviet tank the Pentagon had intelligence on. But that was 1980. This is now. The current production variant, the M1A2 System Enhancement Package version 3, or SEPV3, is not the same machine that rolled through Desert Storm. Behind an identical silhouette sits a complete reinvention of the platform. The first change is the armor. The original Abrams used Chobham composite, a classified layered system combining ceramics, steel, and air gaps designed to absorb and deflect kinetic energy rounds. The SEPV3 integrates advanced depleted uranium mesh into the hull and turret face, a material 2.5 times denser than steel. It does not deflect incoming rounds. It stops them through sheer mass and structural resistance. The second change is what protects it from above. In Ukraine, loitering drones and top attack munitions exposed a vulnerability no tank in history was designed for: the roof. The SEPV3 addresses this with the Trophy Active Protection System. An Israeli-developed radar tracks incoming rockets in flight, calculates the intercept trajectory in milliseconds, and fires a counter-munition to destroy the threat before it reaches the hull. In live testing, Trophy has demonstrated a near-perfect intercept record against RPG-class threats. Third, the fire control. The SEPV3 introduces a commander's independent thermal viewer upgraded to a third-generation sensor array, capable of detecting human-sized heat signatures at over 3 miles in complete darkness, through smoke, dust, and rain simultaneously. The gunner's sight has been upgraded to match. The result: a tank that identifies, designates, and engages a target faster than a human brain fully registers the decision. This is not an upgrade, it is a reclassification. In 2023, the United States transferred 31 M1A1 Abrams tanks to Ukraine, not the latest SEPV3 variant. The older platform, deliberately stripped of its most sensitive depleted uranium armor packages for security reasons. Even then, what followed produced intelligence no training exercise could replicate. Ukrainian crews deploying Abrams alongside Bradley RUR-FVs demonstrated the combined arms doctrine the United States spent 3 decades perfecting. Tanks breaking through defensive lines, IFVs following to clear infantry, artillery coordinating from kilometers behind. Russian defensive positions that had held for months collapsed within hours of coordinated Abrams-led assaults. Russia disabled M1A2. FPV drone swarms targeted engine compartments and rear hull sections, areas where even the Abrams carries thinner armor. Russia's state media declared each disabled Abrams a propaganda victory. What they did not broadcast: the crews survived. In one documented engagement, an Abrams absorbed 2 missile strikes and a mine detonation. The crew extracted. The tank was recovered and returned to service. In the same engagement, 3 Russian T-72s were total losses. Their crews were not recovered. Survivability. That is the variable Russia's tank doctrine has never solved. Russia's most capable production tank is the T-90M Proryev, a formidable platform, relict explosive reactive armor, a 125mm smoothbore gun, and a modernized fire control system that narrows, but does not close, the gap with Western optics. But the T-90 carries a fundamental architectural flaw that no upgrade package can resolve. The autoloader, Soviet and Russian tank doctrine eliminated the human loader by replacing it with a mechanical carousel beneath the turret ring, directly below the crew. This reduced the tank's profile and crew size, but it placed ammunition in the most vulnerable position on any armored vehicle. A penetrating hit to the T-90's hull does not merely destroy equipment, it ignites the carousel. The result, documented on video across Ukraine dozens of times, is catastrophic detonation. The turret launches skyward. The crew does not survive. The Abrams carries its ammunition in a sealed blowout compartment at the rear of the turret, separated from the crew by armored bulkhead doors. If that compartment detonates, the panels vent upward and outward, away from the crew. It is the architectural difference between a tank designed to win and a tank designed to be replaced. Russia has no answer to this that doesn't require building an entirely new platform from the foundation up. The Pentagon is not standing still. In 2022, General Dynamics unveiled the Abrams X, a technology demonstrator for the next generation platform, internally referenced as the M1A2. What it represents is not an evolution of the Abrams. It is its successor. The Abrams X is 10 tons lighter than the current SEP-V3. It runs on a hybrid diesel-electric drivetrain, quieter at low speeds, with a dramatically reduced infrared signature that disrupts thermal targeting. It carries a 4-round autoloader built with the same blowout safety architecture the Abrams has always maintained. It integrates with drone swarm coordination, AI-assisted target acquisition, and the Army's next-generation battlefield communications network. A full production decision is expected before 2028. Russia's T-14 Armata, its publicized answer to Western armor dominance, has been in development since 2015. It has never seen meaningful combat deployment. Production numbers remain in the single digits. The gap between American armor capability and Russian armor capability is not closing. It is widening. The M1A2 Abrams was born from failure, designed after watching American armor burn in a war it wasn't part of. 50 years later, it remains the standard by which every main battle tank on Earth is measured, not because it was first, because every upgrade absorbed, every battlefield lesson processed, every classified improvement integrated has made it progressively harder to kill and progressively more lethal to everything it faces. Russia's public posture dismisses the Abrams. Its battlefield commanders do not. The upgrade is real. The gap is real. And for any nation calculating the cost of a ground confrontation with the United States military, the mathematics of armor have already answered the question they're still pretending to ask. If this briefing gave you a clearer picture of what the upgraded Abrams actually means for the global balance of power, subscribe to the Allies. Every week, this channel breaks down the weapons, strategies, and decisions shaping modern warfare. The next briefing is already being prepared. Do not miss it.